Hello all. So today I'm going to explain to you the recent reason for recent rush in the Indian stock market for buyback by companies. I'm going to clear the fundamentals of buyback also. So let us begin. So what is share buyback? Normally what happens that company is selling the share to public, right? And this way the company gets the money and public gets the shares, right? But in case of buyback, the reverse happen. Public sells the share to the company gets the shares, and public gets the money, right? So why this reverse transaction is happening, this curious thing called buyback. So be with me, I'm going to explain to you. So what happens when company buys its own shares? There are few options available to the company. It can buy through open market, it can do a tender offer, it can do a Dutch auction, or it can negotiate with the shareholders. Okay. But why buyback happens? Why this buyback? So imagine two scenarios. Suppose the company is having very good growth in the market, so it is opening up new plants, new buying up new machinery, etc. Other words, company is expanding. Other scenario is that company is having very moderate growth in the market. In that case, it can either go for giving dividends, or it can go for buybacks also, right? Now, why so? Because in the market the conditions are not that good to open new factory. So what the company will do, it will distribute whatever earning of this year it has got is in the form of dividends, or it can buy back its own share. Why buyback? Because EPS goes up, earning per share, which is nothing but net earning divided by number of outstanding shares. So that particular thing goes up in buyback. P ratio remains same. You can imagine that. You can assume that. And the tax that the company has to pay, if it is distributing dividends, is more than the company than the tax that company has to pay when it is doing buyback, because there is a certain capital gain. How it happens, I'll explain in case of buyback. So if that is the case, then it can be manipulatable. So an IRS, which is equivalent of regulator in India, which is SEBI, right? So IRS may take action against companies who are resulting in this kind of buyback, which is only for the purpose of um, getting some tax benefit or evading tax. Okay, let us understand this buyback with an example. ABC Limited is a company. It is in the market about 100 million shares outstanding. Each share price is 10. So you can easily calculate the market capitalization of this company. 100 multiplied by 10, which is 1000 million, that is $1 billion market capitalization for ABC Limited. Now, this company had an income of 50 million in the previous year. So, what is the EPS? So, net income is 50 divided by uh, uh, 100 million outstanding shares. So, EPS 1. So, you just keep that in mind. EPS 1 is 50. The EPS was the running EPS of the company is 0.50, not 50, sorry, 0.50. Now you can calculate the price to earning ratio also with that. Since you know that the share price is 10, in divided by the EPS earning per share, which is a figure of 20. So the present PE is 20, and we'll assume that this PE ratio remains same for this company. Now this company has an excess cash from previous surplus, etc. 100 million. The market conditions are not good. It does not want to invest into capital stock again. So what it does, it buys back its own share at the same market price, $10. Company may offer a different price to buy back also, but let us in this example assume that it is buying back shares at the market price. How many shares the company will buy? 10 million shares. Now, how many outstanding share? 100 minus 10, 90 million shares are still there in the market, which we call as a total number of outstanding shares. Now, this company has earned $50 million in this year. Its earning per share is 0.56. Okay. So, what do we mean by 0.56? So, you divide 50, which is the total earning this year, 50 million divided by divided by total number of outstanding share, which has gone down from 100 to 90 this time. And what you get is EPS of 0.56. So this is EPS 2. EPS 2 is 0.56, and you compare it with EPS 1, which was 0.50, right? So your EPS has gone up. You assume that your PE ratio remains same. So you calculate the price also. You multiply the EPS by the uh, you multiply the EPS with the PE ratio, that is 20 multiplied by 0.56, and you get the new share price, which is 11.20. So share price has gone up from 10 to 11.20. Okay. Outstanding shares of the company reduces. EPS goes up. As a result, share price increases, and return on asset and return on equity both improve. So for company, it is advantageous, as you can see out here. But there is more to it, and we'll just see. Okay. There are advantages which we'll see, and then we'll see the disadvantage. Advantage is the flexibility. Company can decide how many shares it wants to buy back, how many share, and during the buyback process, it can reduce or increase the amount of buyback shares also. Now, company can fix its own price at which it wants to buy back its own shares. Certain tax benefit, because your capital gain tax, which as we have just seen that after buyback the share price goes up, so you have a capital gain tax, capital gain, and the tax on which is less than the dividend distribution tax. Then comes up that the share price has gone up. The signal of the share is that so company is trying to give a signal to the market that presently my share is undervalued. By buyback, I am increasing, I am pumping up the share price, which gives a signal to the whole market, and as a result, whole markets lifts up the share price. But there are certain disadvantages. What are the disadvantages? First one is that, as we have seen, that ROE, ROA, return on asset, return on equity, that got jacked up after buyback is not due to any constructive improvement in the performance of the company. It is just a kind of manipulation that has happened. As a result, your valuation, if the company is getting valued, it may go wrong also. Most important, it may send a wrong signal to the market that this company has no growth prospects. Okay. Now, 2020 has been the buyback year, as we have seen. This year, you have seen in Indian stock market, um, close to 5,500 crore worth equity bought back. Companies like Wipro, companies like TCS have done buyback of say 10,000, are planning to do buyback of 10,000 crore and 15,000 crore buyback, etc. Vedanta even borrowed the money to buy back. It is another story that it is delisting, the delisting of the Vedanta failed, but there was huge plan to buy back by Vedanta also. Explaining why this rush, there could be many reasons. Was abolition of dividend distribution tax going to help it? Was the buyback tax, which is say 20%, etc., 20% plus 12% surcharge, is which was applicable to unlisted company, is applicable to listed company, is going to change the scenario of this rush of buyback? For shareholder, I mean, he's happy with buyback, because if company is giving dividend, I mean, shareholder after a certain threshold may have to give tax on that, but not on buyback. Okay, but buybacks indicate that a company is not optimistic. And in an emerging economy like India, companies should be investing not in buyback, but in investment, in more, in opening up more plants and factories, etc. So in nutshell, let me summarize why buy best, because company finds it most lucrative to invest in itself. Invest in itself. Okay. And COVID has made the stocks cheap. Maybe that is why companies are rushing for buyback. There's some tax comfort also, right? Though in India and abroad also, there is tax. For example, in India, there's 20% plus 12% surcharge on buy capital gains through buyback also. And so for a layman, what you can understand is that each buyback will reduce the number of outstanding shares. This is the most important learning from this entire story. Thank you so much.